Surprise! Hey, no one's here yet, but I'm gonna say hi anyway. Just a quick little pop-up live stream. Hey, whoever is out there. Happy Monday. Hey, Charlie-san. We are in East Hollywood. I just went to return something to the UPS store over here. A couple of cords I had that are of no use to me, and it's actually closed. Hey, William, how's it going? Just in East Hollywood to run a few errands. I was saying I was dropping off some cords that don't work for me at the UPS store, and it actually isn't even there anymore. That was very queer. Oh my gosh, I'm really, really, really sorry. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully I can bore you enough for some good rest. It's a hot, humid day here. The kind of day that people get really cranky on. I'm just waiting for the light to change. I feel really bad for the person across the street from me that thinks I'm taping them. I don't use a tape, by the way. Hey, DC. Little pop-up live again. No, almost crosswalk. I never stream on Monday. I just was over here returning stuff to a non-existent UPS store and taping something for tomorrow, and whoop, I decided to live stream since I had my equipment and whatnot. I'm hoping that's our chance. That's our chance. All right, the walk signal has changed. So I got 21 seconds, 16. We're on Hollywood Boulevard, actually. Part we've only walked down once or twice before. Look out in the bike lane. I'm a really considerate road driver with bicycles. I realized recently that I don't always look for them when I'm walking, and I've decided to do you know, when you get out of your car, you should be like the Dutch, right? Do a Dutch exit looking for a bike. How do you like that? So I've been doing that for years because I have almost been hit by a car door driving. I just don't ever check the lanes when I'm the bike lane, which I shouldn't be walking through or in anyway. It's not a term I made up. I think it's a real phrase, the Dutch exit. This is like a really famous, wow, I don't know why we ever don't go here because it's the perfect setup for me. Outdoor service. I'm totally into it. I just find the hardest thing is the balance of this and real life. And by real life, I just mean like money-making endeavors, job, and stuff like that. So this is a really super cute neighborhood. And I'll let this guy go. It's kind of like the village of Los Feliz. It's East Hollywood. We walked through the neighborhood before. It leads up to Franklin. We just walked past the Vista movie theater, which is owned by Quentin Tarantino, and he resurrected it. It's had so many resurrections. I love that. No concern. I'm really angry with the way people are driving today, and by angry I mean just I've almost been hit by a car twice, and this is not when I'm being a dipshit. We'll have to check out Handles. That's a new location, but they have a really old, I've seen, oh look, Smurfs Party Bus. I've seen the Handles somewhere else. So this is also East Hollywood, but kind of the beginning of the little Los Feliz village. No, I'll be careful. This is one of the coolest places ever. The first time I came here, kind of mesmerizing. It's a store. I don't know if I can go inside, so I'm not gonna try. Again, I'm kind of a little cranky today. I'll get over it eventually. But it's got absolutely the craziest stuff, vintage stuff, really cool art. They have a gallery in there. Hide the children. I got tarot cards here before. It's one of my favorite spots to get Christmas gifts, holiday gifts, or a birthday gift. You can always find something totally cool and unique there. Shop locally. It's not really vintage, but it's like, you know, mock-up vintage stuff. And if you really like tiki, one of the original tiki bars, the Tiki Tea, is just down the street. I don't know if it's still open anymore, but if it is, it's a must-see, must-visit. Yeah, this is a really cute little spot. We never walk this part of it. And I haven't walked this way for a long time. There's a bagel shop over here that's not open. That was a burger joint for a while. There's another ice cream. Ululani Hawaiian shave ice. I'm not really into Hawaiian shave ice. I'm sure it's great, but I want the cream. This shop used to be up around the street. It was like one of the only places you could get like Japanese Goko print screens and the like. I think the building it's in demolished. We'll walk by it. Yeah, you would love that store. I bought a couple decks of tarot cards for people there and myself. Open house party. Woo, skippy sidewalk. This is where I get my car washed. when I don't do it myself, that is. So we're charting familiar territory now. I'm sure you guys recognize kind of where we are. Hollywood Boulevard, Vermont. This is actually where Hollywood Boulevard ends and is still called Prospect Street. So Hollywood Boulevard was once called Prospect Street. I kind of feel like I now want somebody to come to my house and wash my car. I see that happening all over my neighborhood. Feels like the ultimate luxury. Although, car washes are pretty wasteful. So back in the olden times, that Blue Rooster, I think, used to be up here in the middle of all of this stuff. I remember ordering something from there and it taking forever. Looks like they're filming something in here, but fun. So thank you guys for being here on this pop-up Monday. If it's your first time, I didn't make a very nice thumbnail. It was very of the moment. Some graffiti on the wall. We may not actually see that graffiti. I do want to take a second to say if it's your first time here, you're one of the 33 people watching and you haven't yet, please subscribe. It's like an algorithmic hug. I love the Angel Youth sign, which is barely noticeable anymore. I feel like this used to be like a YMCA or some kind of thing. Some more vintage. There are 2 vintage shops. Check out new arrivals, just in time for summer. Some sundresses. Ooh, just if I have zoomed in, always remind me my feelings are never hurt. They're fun. Hey members, I'm gonna go to the beach on Tuesday using public transportation. I don't mind. Probably in the like 12 o'clock part, because it'll probably take me an hour to get there. So, Santa Monica or Long Beach? Here's my thoughts. Santa Monica, we never go past the pier, you know? So it would be kind of nice to walk through Santa Monica. Long Beach, it would just be a repeat of our walk, maybe adding the Queen Mary this time. The canals, I definitely have to drive to. I'm all about taking public transportation, for sure. I love the t-shirts they have here, actually. This guy has been making pretty controversial t-shirts for like 20-something years. Vote for Pedro. Have I ever bought a t-shirt there? No, but remember that was the guy that invented the Free Winona t-shirt when she got arrested for shoplifting. I love it except for the orange part. That orange doesn't really look good on a guy like me. Hey, Ms. Evil Glenn. I don't know if Joe has caught on that I've gone online or gone live yet, so I may not have a moderator. But I can always delete stuff from here. My goal when I'm always coming across someone is to shoot away from them, but inevitably we always end up coming together. It's another thing, another bookstore. It's a pretty great bookstore. Also really tiny movie theater, which always shows really great movies. And Goldburger, I've never eaten there, but I've gotten delivery. If it's a burger, I've probably gotten it. This is a cute little neighborhood that it's kind of on the edge. It's like above Silver Lake. We should have walked a little slower through the tables because we're more likely to see like a B-grade celebrity here than a lot of the other places that I walk through. Hey, you go. Ooh, you can see. Would love to walk up to that house on the hill. I forget. It's pretty famous. And I'm at a loss right now. When I left my home this morning, like 45 minutes ago, it was cloudy and cool. And now it is just a little warm. Beautiful day, beautiful city, happy to be here. Bye, Walter. Okay. I definitely believe he's a low-key ninja. House of Pies. If you ever need a police officer, I swear, and of course not right now, but there's always one at House of Pies. So we're just gonna keep walking. We are on Vermont. Vermont will lead us into Griffith Park. Hey! Fried seagulls. I feel like seagulls would not be a very needy bird. Hey, we're just trotting around. I usually don't live stream on Mondays. I had to run an errand. I had my equipment in my backpack just in case I felt the urge. When I arrived to the place that my errand had to happen at, it was closed for good. So, to cheer myself up, I tripped on the sidewalk. Not to run or film the running man. Sorry. And whoop, here I am. I don't know, I kind of like something about this building. So we're in like Los Feliz, just above Franklin. We're gonna end up walking back down the street. Oh, it's got a plaque. Let's read about Via di Feliza. It's the East Coast brownstone, built in 1923. European architecture, luxury housing, home to the first motion picture studios. This area was a known artist haven. Established in the Golden area, this historical building is definitely a tier above. It's very, that door is just a delightful piece of workmanship, actually. I love that door. Not a mansion, though. But then across the street, you have that. I think, are those UFOs? That's a little modern. And then, bonjour, we're in France, it looks like. Back to Spanish style. Vermont gets really quiet up here, and actually a little further up there are some mansions at the foot of Griffith Park. Wow. Thank you for telling us. That is really interesting. I mean, this area was really tons of studios over here. 20th century studios. We're also kind of near sort of Glendale. I was reading a little bit about baby Peggy today. I'm not going to tell you why, but members, you'll find out. But it's really weird because, not weird, but before like the studios that we can still see today, there were so many other studios. Really just an industry city. That is the first, in case you can't read big gold letters, but first Sikh temple in the USA. Oh wait, after 1947 independence of, after the 1947, I guess they should need an asterisk. Lovely. We're just gonna keep following the luck of the Irish, our green lights, back to France. It's a little Normandy-esque. I always wanted a bay window with a seat in it. I love how something I've read recently about, you see that room that's over their porch? It's literally a sunroom. It's like a sleeping room for the summertime before air conditioners. The house I grew up in could have used I believe it. I mean, again, this is where D.W. Griffith filmed a bunch of stuff. So between Vermont and Western was like 20th century studios, not 20th century Fox. I could be slightly wrong. I have all set up a historical studio walk. Somehow, it won't be fun to do during the nighttime. Nighttime walks are all about looking, but I was going to do it this Friday, but I think we're going to go for evening walk on Friday. So perhaps the following Friday, a historical studio walk. I haven't done one of those history walks for a while. They don't always work because we get so wrapped up. But as long as you accept that, or the sun gets into my eyes. Oh, this is great. Cecilia, I miss the apartments that we were talking about. If it was a historical building, no. This is really lovely also. No plaque. but it's called Horton Hall. Lovely. I'm so sorry I missed the apartment, Cecilia. There are a lot of garden style apartments over here, like that one. It's crazy, that building from Melrose Place. I don't know where it is. I didn't really watch Melrose Place, but there's a building, a rundown building in my neighborhood that looks exactly like that. It's a beautiful building. It's not as well kept. I think the older architecture is really truly amazing up until maybe the 90s, because especially in the early 20th century, because there were no rules, which is a bad thing. Things crumble in earthquakes and things need to be safe. And as we, wear our poor planet down, more we have to be conscious of responsibly building, etc. Again, we're not going to get too political, but love your mother, Mother Earth included. So the further we progress, the less interesting things kind of look. I think the further we progress, the less interesting a lot of things are also. I mentioned that when I work, I play YouTube. I usually will watch a walking or a brick making, a Lego thing, or sometimes a Venice live chat. But then when I go to watch a story, even if it's like a short story about something, like the member stories that I kind of do, something like that. So if I go to watch it, the other person that is doing it, it's totally AI. I think somebody mentioned this yesterday. Things are pronounced wrong, which, I pronounce things wrong. Jacqueline, Phoenix. It happens. But there's something missing. And I get really irritated by it somehow. So we are on Los Feliz Boulevard. We could walk Los Feliz Boulevard all the way to Glendale. This is where the mansions are. And giant apartment buildings. I watched a non-AI generated piece on culture and music and how there's no kind of middle of the road anymore because of the variety of things that we have to watch and listen to musically. We all kind of veer off onto our own things and we don't have as much common as we used to. It kind of made sense to me. Because we had no rules. So we are just below Griffith Park. You can see Griffith Observatory right up there. We could actually walk there. I have a video where we almost walked there. It's a fairly easy hike. Sorry, there was a fella doing his exercise. He had a lot of cologne on. These houses are some Norma Desmond looking shit. Seriously. Although that really happened down on actually Wilshire Boulevard, that house. It's not there anymore, the house from Sunset Boulevard. I'm only talking about Sunset Boulevard because weird things happen on YouTube, and I'm not really sure how they come about, but all of a sudden, I'll talk about stuff on this live stream, and I'll get suggestions. We talked about Three's Company a couple months ago, and every other thing is Three's Company. We talked about, I think I must have mentioned Sunset Boulevard, and all of a sudden, Sunset Boulevard, everything. Gloria Swanson. I don't think I could walk up to the observatory today, but you can walk up to the observatory. I am dressed for running an errand. I almost wore leather shoes instead of sneakers. I love boat shoes. I wear them all the time. They just end up forming to my feet and stretching out so they feel like nothing. But they're really not good for a 5-mile walk. The architecture's cool. People could get away with building dangerous stuff. Hey BD, I went to return something at the UPS store, and the UPS store is no more. I thought I would just pop on live stream. You know, I put up my schedule for the rest of the week as promised, but a little after 12. We are going to go to the beach on Thursday by public transportation, so we have two options. I put up a poll. Members, get in there and vote. We're either going to Santa Monica or a Long Beach repeat. It will not be the canals. The canals I really have to drive to feel confident that I'm not going to be gone for 12 hours. You can always tell when it's sort of an afterthought because the thumbnail won't have any writing on it, and maybe Los Angeles is spelled wrong. Los Angles. So we are sort of in the Griffith Park neighborhood, BD. We just walked through the little Los Feliz village. And I have to tell you, it is really nice and cool under these trees. Beautiful. Whoa, look at that modern house. We're gonna have to do another walk where we walk up the other side of the street. That looks like something from Star Wars. Or Las Vegas, which is this, same thing. It looks like Luxor, the house, but only like partially pyramid. You know what? I have no plans here. I'm going to cross at this crosswalk. We'll walk up one of these streets. None of them will lead us to the Griffith Observatory, by the way. So Edgemont, the street that is coming up, this runs all the way to and perhaps through Wilshire Boulevard. It looked like it was supposed to be like a grand street in spots at one time. I might regret crossing the street. I think I didn't dress for walking up, like hiking today. If I was going to walk to the Griffith Observatory, maybe we could plan it as a member live stream, because I'm kind of scared that we would lose connection a lot. But if we did it as a members live stream, you guys would understand. If it didn't work out, we would continue walking, and we always film a backup, not film obviously, but there's always a backup made. So if something's super skippy or super whatever, I can always put up a meaning buffered. I can always put up a non-buffered version. It's, can you hit weather? It's pretty, I think it's like 80 something also. That would be a fall walk. Also, I just need higher socks because rattlesnakes. Not that the socks would stop the rattlesnakes. But I've got kind of booty socks on, and when you wear these hiking, you get a lot of pebbles inside of them. Not good. But you know me, I'm a little too eager to please. Let's see. Let's walk up this street till we run out of signal. I bet it gets interesting up there. So we're on Edgemont. It's still Edgemont up here. We've walked on part of Edgemont down by Wilshire Boulevard. Wilshire Boulevard. It's not like the Fancy Feast commercial. All right, so I don't even need to tell you what neighborhood we're in because you should recognize that lamppost. I am going to, again, I should have planned this better. I'm going to plug in real quick, tie my shoe. I'm going to leave you looking at that lamppost, and I think it's pretty sexy. It feels, the humidity though, the 65% humidity, I think that's what's killing me. Not killing me, but you know what I mean. All right, shoe tied. We're not gonna, ooh, I was gonna say we're not gonna be able to go too far because we just dipped down to 1,600, but we're back up to 3,000. Also, this is a dead end street, so we're probably not gonna be able to go too far anyway. Beautiful houses behind those fences. Hey, Ozg. I've got my hat. I put my hat on to walk the dogs. Once I put my hat on, you know, my hair's so curly, it just looks like a effing mess. Uh-oh. Sorry, buffering for a second. I'm gonna just switch to, sorry, I just wanted to switch my signal to the LTE one. This is an older neighborhood, so I feel like it might not be quite 5G. Also, we're kind of up into the hill. We're up into the hillish. Yeah, so I really didn't, this is a very planful day, but we'll walk a little bit. Crikey, as the Australians say. We're like in Tudorville. I will absolutely tell you, I have never walked up this street before. Hopefully, check that guy out. We're not going to be arrested by some celebrity security. The only thing about, like, I would just get popsicles. Like, for some reason, this looks like a house that, like, oh, I don't know, some blonde bombshell would have lived in the 1920s. Truly lovely. Okay, let's walk up that street, even though if I lose my signal, I'm going to turn around, but let's just see what's up here. I'm trying to walk in the shade. This house looks like flowers in the attic, kind of haunted stuff. I'm sure it has a creepy playroom. Okay, I'm gonna get on the sidewalk. The signal is getting better, knock on wood. Who has to answer that door? Hey, if I miss saying hi to anybody, I'm really sorry. I'm kind of not lost, but whoa. They've got a giant horse on their patio. This is just somewhere I've never been before, so. Total leg workout, though. Oh my God, Pizza Hut. Oh, it's not a Pizza Hut. I have no idea what that is. Two, 3, 2, 1, Chislehurst. I'm gonna look that up. I think that's the Pizza Hut looking house, but maybe not. Oh my God, so sweet. That's pretty cute. Okay, so while I didn't walk to Griffith Observatory, I literally probably am halfway there. So I'm gonna cross the street to the shady side of the street to check out this. Love it. Hey, Jamie Schmidt. Right, that house did definitely had. Also, that house kind of looks like a modern colonnade-looking house without the colonnades or columns. Okay. Oof. I guess this really is not a dead end. Chislehurst Place and Chislehurst Drive. They're all mostly multifamily dwellings now. You can tell by the Bentley parked over here by this apartment building. The rent is really high. So what we can't see, but I can, is these places have an amazing view of the city that is just over those awful trees that are blocking our view there. I'm joking about the trees being awful. They are the lungs of the planet. Oh wait, maybe you can kind of peep through this bush. We know you're kidding, it's all good. See? You can see the hills of Silver Lake. Not really. Just past that. It's funny because like 20 years ago, if somebody had told me, give me an address on Edgemont, I'd be like, because I never thought about Edgemont being as grand as it is. Hiya. Like, one thing I wonder about that house is how it does when it rains, because it's sunken, right? You would just think it would flood. You have to imagine yourself doing those things on your bucket list, and you have to let your body feel like you're doing those things on your bucket list. This is the neighborhood delicatessen, the Ritz. It's invite only. Invite only. The best delicatessen in town. I think the person in the window heard me say that. I'm not getting invited. The same house that has the delicatessen sign on it is the same house with the horse on the porch. That's pretty cool. They also have another sign. I hope they light up. I saw the other sign. It's gone. All right. Behind a bush. This looks like a complex, actually, in there. Me too. Maybe not that one in front of us. I'm kidding. It looks like a plantation, but like from a 1920s movie. So we came from the left side. Let's go down the right side to experience the most mansion we can. I wonder what this place looked like before. It's now modern, kind of like it. This is a little hidden gem over here. Oh, I've never walked up there before. You can't, again, see it, but I can start to see the peak of the buildings on Wilshire Boulevard, which are 2 or 3 miles away. It's a mini Bruce Wayne's. Lots of greens, lots of shade. Like both parts of the street have enormous amounts of shade, unlike any other street. Probably Edgemont is not like that. I feel like that stained glass chunk looks very Betsy Ross. It is very Betsy Ross. Wow, dark. I'm gonna switch back to the other network now. Terrible signal, sorry. I think no. I think a lot of people walk. More people walk than we actually see. I do think a lot of people think I'm gonna rob them, and I'm casing the joint with my camera, especially in these neighborhoods. I'm casing the joint. I couldn't steal a pack of gum, let alone rob a house. Hey everybody, sorry if I missed you, it's bright. Hey Dee. Hey Erynn. Where is the boss? I think in Connecticut. But who is the boss? It was really Angela. The temperature just dropped like 10 degrees. It's so lovely. These are the Los Feliz estates. Notice though, 24/7 video recording. I feel like I've gone up there before, and they're kind of new. It feels very, another gated community over there. It feels very Stepfordy up there. Oh, I never would point out where anybody lives, including myself. Except for on the Hollywood tour, when we saw Justin Bieber's house from 10 years prior that he rented for 2 months. Sorry. Hey, Wally World. Hey, if it's your first time here, and it might not be, but please feel free to like, subscribe, and chat with us. We are usually on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday live streaming members videos on Tuesday, and then occasionally pop up here and there, like Saturdays. I don't know who this guy is, but this tree is in memory of him. Let's take a second. In memory of Marc Janvier, he loved Los Feliz. I think the gift of a tree is the ultimate. Thank you, Marc. These trees are all dedicated to somebody. This is for Albert Alexander Short III. It has a Batman symbol on it. Signal, I almost said. Well, same thing. I wonder if he had anything to do with Batman. Not all of these trees are dedicated, so there's still an opportunity for us to go hog and get a walking in LA tree. Because we love Los Angeles. I'm just putting it out there. Nothing I love more than throwing a little shade. Hiya. More members means more emojis for sure. I want to rework the whole program. I also want to take a second to thank members. This should be all updated. I think a bench memorial, tree memorial, those are great. Something useful beyond your time. I also love the idea of the mushroom burial suit, giving back to the earth in that fashion. Should I do a mushroom suit? I'm just joking. Emoji. The really high hedges over here, but fortunately for us, we're on the other side of the street and we can see right in the windows of those mansions. Hey, hey! I bet you it's beautiful up there today. It's always beautiful up there. I started my watch today, by the way, but on my way to my errand, I started my watch. I've done 4 miles. Oh, thank you, Dee. Let me celebrate that with some fireworks. They're not real. This is definitely a Tai Chi spot. Thank you so much, Dee. Really goes a long way. I would just want to hang out, if the traffic wasn't so bad, under that tree right there. Another little, weird. Alright, more fireworks then. Woo! Really, really lovely. Thank you so much. The other end of the Los Feliz estates. Every time I come on, it's weird. I have access to different little like cartoon sticker things, overlays, whatever you want to call those things that we're using, fireworks. Sometimes the hearts work, sometimes they don't. But really, thank you so much, Dee. Hearts. And one of the greatest treasures that we have here in Los Angeles, and we can't really go too far up into it, perfect Tai Chi spot right up here, is Griffith Park. This is one of the entrances to it. We are at the top of Western. A great spot to just chill out. Why don't we walk up a little bit into it? I don't think we can get too far because it starts to lose its signal. In fact, I think I tried to live stream from like the merry-go-round, and the signal was so terrible. It was when I was live streaming for 30 days straight. One of the live streams was a merry-go-round, and I couldn't do it. Stuff like Tai Chi, yoga, anything, and I'm not saying you have to get tantric, although I do love me some Kundalini yoga. It's just really good to get your body stretched and flowing. I do all kinds of weird things when I'm waiting for the water to boil, making coffee. I do counter push-ups. I do some halfway dogs, downward dogs. I would love to ride a horse, actually. I haven't gone horseback riding. The last time I rode a horse, I was in... Okay, I'm going to sound like a D when I say it. The last time I rode a horse, I was in Cairo, and the horse's name was Michael Jackson. Both of those are true. So, it was never my intention to come here today, but this is the Fern Dell. This trail leads you all the way to Griffith Park. Why don't we take a shady minute to cross, not get hit by a car, and walk through it? I definitely don't think I'll get much of a signal. I'm going to go ahead and plug in, though. I think, so the craziest thing is I, of course, did not plan for this. I have no water. I do think I lost my charging cord. I do this all the time lately, but I have a second one. My fancy one, no less. I had water on the walk, and then I just kind of didn't get one. No, I'm fine. All right, it's all shady. So, I lose a charging cord a week, I think, at this point. I might also be in my backpack. The crazy thing is I have, like, the thing that I went to the UPS store for was charging cords I have to return. But I did lose my cord. I have a plethora of them. Or I left it at home. Or it's in my pocket. Oh my gosh, where's my phone? Hi, puppy. But we tried. Let me see if I can switch to... I just switched the signal to see if this would be any better. Nope. I think we gotta go. Completely lose the signal. Let's walk up the sidewalk a little bit and see how far we can get. The crazy thing is there's part of a park in here that is Wi-Fi. It's the Berlin Forest, actually. It's Wi-Fi. It's provided by AT&T. I'm gonna try to get to the other side, where we can see the sky. at the very least. So that path that we started down, really cute. It does cross over to here. But it's really cooler over there. And it almost feels like you're not next to a street. I took you to the carousel, but I think only in a video, but not in a live stream because there's no signal there, or it's terrible. And it's pretty cool, the carousel. It was a Walt Disney gig. Good news is I can take the free bus back. But I think we're gonna lose our signal again. So if you want to see the rest of that park over there, I do have a video, the Ferndale video, where we walk all the way up. Get some rest. The park is really, we're almost out of it, so the signal will be back. The park is really beautiful, and it's a really easy, gradual climb. Sorry for kind of tapping out there for a second. I couldn't keep my signal. But this really is a treasure to have and behold Griffith Park, despite how kind of gross and bloody the history is of Griffith Park and the mean, horrible man that D.W. Griffith, not D.W. Griffith, Griffith was. Different Griffith. So we really need to get on the other side of the street so that when we get down, we don't have to cross again. And that's why it's haunted, right? By Donna Petrona, I don't know her name. Most of what we're walking by is like a nice little spring in the Ferndale. It's like a spring, almost path to walk. Really beautiful. I really wish we had a better signal. I really don't want to support Elon though. A little water bubbler? What? Should I get some water? Dare I? No, you have to put your mouth too close to it. I'm no Howard Hughes germaphobe, but pretty close. I love the smell of Irish Spring soap for some reason. They used to hardcore sell us that Irish Spring soap as a kid. I even remember the theme song, and there was one commercial where the guy proved its purity by like whittling it with a knife, showing that the stripes went all the way through. And I don't know, I used to beg my mom to get Irish Springs soap. Leif Erikson. What? He landed in America in 1000, Leif Erikson. I was thinking Leif Erikson from the 70s. Look at those pretty cool, what a treat to live there, right? And to be able to walk out into the park or drive down to this horrible traffic down here, actually. I would love to run across the street right here and go down that street, but it sounds dangerous to me. I can do it. This is Oxford Street, which runs all the way down also. Yeah, Leif Garrett. Who was that guy? 80s heartthrob? 70s heartthrob. Leif Garrett, Leif Erikson. I just remember my sister loved. Wow, 10,000 reward, no questions asked for Troy, a 1-year Bengal. Poor kitty. This is definitely cougar and coyote territory. I mean, I see coyotes in my neighborhood. And I live below Hollywood and Sunset, so really much more urban area than this. Who was the other heartthrob besides Leif? Oh, it was, I feel like, one of the brothers Gibb. Andy Gibb. I feel like Andy Gibb. Also, very sad story, Andy Gibb, though. Very beige and white. A classic. Christy McNichol. I barely remember those shows. Like, what was she on? Christy McNichol was on, like, What Happened to Christy McNichol? Where it reviewed her whole life and where she is now. She was on that Golden Girls reboot show or sequel. Empty Nest, Golden Nest, what was that? Oh my God, Rick Springfield. I remember him from General Hospital. Let me... Sorry, connection. I feel like I saw Rick being interviewed by like 2 women on like a morning show, and they referenced 8675309 Jenny, which is not Rick. And he was pretty bewildered, but good-spirited, I would say. Lazy Acres Natural Market, I've never been there. I've never been there because look at the parking. So we're on Western Ave, the very top of Western Ave. I think we shall go down, or we'll let the street direct us. Turn your TV down. Sorry. Is this one of those crosswalks? Alright, we'll go this way. So we're on Franklin. Do you know if it was west or east of Western? Because we can walk a little west on Western. Towards the west on Western. I'm going to stop saying that. Alright. Let's see where we are now. So 5518 is where we are. Let's see if we go down. What part of Hollywood? So this is 5520, 5515. That's really not to apartment territory. There's the Immaculate Heart School that's been there forever. 5528, 5515 is across the street. 5532. Garfield. The newsstand, that's on like Cahuenga, I feel like, or way further down. When you lived in Franklin and walked to Hollywood, were you like over by the Lido? Or, I can't remember what happens to Franklin at the end of, or by the 101. That couldn't have been Franklin then, because the Hollywood High sign is Highland, Fountain. I can't remember what the little tiny street that runs behind Hollywood is, or parallel to Hollywood Boulevard is right now. So Yuca's way down by the 101. We'll put a pin in it and for sure go. I'm happy to hunt down old apartments, always fun. And I love seeing your old apartments. So Wednesday, when I go for a food walk, I'm probably going to go to Hollywood area for our snack. So remind me, because we'll be in that area and I can just pop up there. Right now I'm turning on Gramercy. Ooh, what a cool garage. Yeah, we'll definitely hook that up. This is Sir Lawnfall. I don't know who he is, but this one got no name. Gramercy runs actually all the way down past Wilshire. So Cecilia, you lived on the other end of Gramercy, right? Is that the corner that you were on? I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. We could just walk to your old apartment since I could find it now. I'm kidding. I don't think I have that in me today. She did, way on the other side of, not way on the other side, but just on the other side of Wilshire. This is like 1815 Gramercy. Also, the numbers change, I feel like, somewhere. Because I used to work on La Brea, and maybe at Wilshire they start going down or they start doing something, and people used to come in frequently to the address I was at looking for South La Brea, the same number, which was maybe the DMV office. And it was very, very sad to tell them how far away it was. Hey JC, thanks for joining this little impromptu pop-up. Little impromptu pop-up live stream. I really wish we could have continued to walk through the Ferndale, I gotta tell you. Although this street is super shady and this is pretty comfortable to walk in also. Coming up, we are gonna hit Hollywood Boulevard again. This is a little bookstore that we've walked by before and coffee shop. Cute little area. It's always so weird to see, like, a house. There's a house over there. I mean, I'm sure it's now 3 apartments, but like these houses that were built so close to like a downtown. I think I would love, that would be my ideal living situation. A house downtown, so I could have a little yard. Joseph likes to reference Slim Shady all the time. I was yodeling yesterday before our live stream, and I referenced Slim Whitman. And he thought I meant Slim Shady. I'm gonna cross here. I gotta sign off because I gotta work on my members video for tomorrow. So I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna head home. I'll probably walk for about 10 more minutes. We'll be live on Wednesday, earlier in the day, like the, normal time I used to go on. Almost always, like the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'll post up that morning for that early afternoon. But we'll definitely be grabbing a snack in Hollywood. For the live stream on Thursday, I'll probably be doing it I'm gonna aim for 12. So we have enough time to get somewhere, have enough time to explore, and have enough time for me to get home and beat sunset. I'll try not to get too close to it. So again, if it's your first time here, thank you guys so much for joining. If it's your second or third or millionth time, I love it. I'm glad you decided to come back. But please feel free to give a like and a subscribe and a stream. I almost said a stream. A like, a subscribe, and a thumbs up. And smash that bell and hit that button or whatever. Smashy smashy! I used to watch somebody on YouTube that would say, smash that like button. And the problem with that is the like button is your computer or your laptop. So if you're smashing it, you're just breaking your computer. I would never ask you to do that. I want to take a second also to thank all of my members one more time. All of you who came for this lovely surprise pop-up. It has been really fun. Membership milestone. I don't know what that means. What's that? I like that motel too. I wish I'd stayed in it. It's one of those things that I'll never have the chance to do again. What's the membership milestone? Huh, thanks. Nomad Home, man. Don't break your PC. I know. I never said smash. Tap, tappa, 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 like little Vicky. Oh, that's really weird. I haven't turned anything off. I do have a star next to the names of people who have been with me over 3 months. Members over 3 months. You know, Cecilia was our first member, bdukstein our second. I hope I got that right. I'm pretty sure I did. It's our pioneering member, our founding member, our founding members. So we're just above our Home Depot, our empty Home Depot and Target. And I'm gonna sign off here and I'm gonna go into, there's a Walgreens. I'm gonna get a big water to drink on my way home and a delicious peanut butter bar. They have these peanut butter bars everywhere, actually. It's like peanut butter and it's just pressed. So it becomes like a bar of pure peanut butter. I just love it. They make them with almonds, cashews, some sesame seeds. They're kind of on the sweeter side, but it's like nature's power bar. Yes, we do want to get to 2,000 members by the end of the month, by the end of next month. I think another thing I'm going to do for next month is I'm going to try to stream nonstop for like 10 days, like from the 15th on. Don't quote me on that. I just need to make sure that nothing crazy comes up. But I think that'll be a nice bookend. I'm going to let the dump truck go because that's the kind of guy I am. I made an omelet for lunch before I left. You know, I always, being the trad wife I am, need to, I'm joking. I always make Joe lunch before I go. And so we had a nice egg sandwich. Delicious. But I think I'm done with eggs now for like a couple weeks. I go through phases. I need a new proteiny breakfast. I think tonight we're going to delve into some more exploring with red lentils. I'm totally into the red lentils. I have this magical whisk. It has, each one of the spokes has, I can't explain it, it's turned. So it almost looks like it's got a flat part and it's turned like a spoke. Instead of like the whisk bristles, I don't know what the word is for that, sorry my English. The whisk bristles are kind of like, they've got like an edge on them. So it whips the eggs and egg whites really lovely. So I just whip the eggs super, 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 and they almost, it becomes like a, almost gelatinous omelet. So good. Pinto bean tacos. I probably won't see you guys tomorrow unless I finish my members video early. Then maybe I'll pop up. But I will definitely see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me. I am around. Feel free to leave a post. I'll check out the survey for the beach, and then I'll post the time up for that by tomorrow afternoon. Give some people a chance to vote. I secretly have a wish, but again, I'm happy with either one. Thank you guys so much. Maybe. It's a Williams-Sonoma whisk, actually. It's a really, really expensive whisk. But it was kind of interestingly engineered. Maybe I'll send you a picture of it. Anyway, have an awesome day, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, maybe tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.